Today I'll be introducing the Maxon C4D Redshift Volume Digital Asset Package I created. I believe many Redshift users have been frustrated by the lack of detail in file sizes. This digital asset package is specifically designed to address this issue. Because volumetric rendering is time-consuming, I'm only showing low-precision samples. I hope you understand. I'll first show you the Cinema 4D software version I'm using, 2025.3. My graphics card is an RTX 3060. If you are using Redshift or a version like 3.5, it won't work. After downloading, extract the files and read the asset package directly in File Explorer. I created some simple and common file sizes, as well as some relatively complex scenarios. The underlying core technologies are all the same, and I have compiled the key parameters to make adjustments easier for everyone. Let's start by demonstrating how to use this asset package, beginning with the simplest cube. First, open the Redshift IPR window and render. If you change the volume permutation parameter to 0, you can see that there is absolutely no detail. You can manually input the specific replacement strength. The most crucial parameter is noise. The smaller the value, the greater the noise. Add a camera to the scene and enable bloom. Adjusting the noise offset value will produce completely different volumetric effects. A completely new volume effect can be achieved by adjusting just a few parameters. This is important for many beginners. You no longer need to spend a lot of time debugging parameters. Finally, adjust the overall strength and volumetric detail parameters. That's how casually and simply you get a volumetric cloud with a pretty good effect. If your scene only has one light source, the rendering speed is very fast. For example, if I modify this cube file, I can add a version in the Properties panel. For example, I changed it to version 2.0. I used ShareX software to take a screenshot of the IPR area. Then right-click in the preview area and select Update Preview from Clipboard. This asset package isn't limited to creating fixed volume animations. It can also include animation effects. For example, this annular volume displacement animation file. I only needed to set the intensity animation of distortion to achieve the flow effect. This is the rendered animation effect. Completely different effects can be achieved by adjusting basic parameters such as color and lighting. You are fully free to create boldly according to your own ideas. Create your own asset library by mixing different parameters. The final demonstration of the simplified scene showcases the volumetric text effect. You can freely change the text content and font. Adjust parameters according to specific circumstances and needs. Finally, it's very important to pay attention to the position of the lights. However, having more lights can slow down the rendering speed, which is a double-edged sword. Once you've adjusted one effect, you can continuously add version information. Finally, I'll demonstrate the modification process using two complete scene files that I've created. This is the animation effect I rendered using low sampling settings. I turned off logo rendering. I will demonstrate the following videos using SpeedUp. This version is the result of my research and iterations over a dozen versions, with some parameter changes. As you can see, this scene is significantly more detailed and has richer colors than the previous ones. However, the core material parameters are the same. The parameter I mentioned that changed is the fog curve. I adjusted it. This is a process of continuous adjustment and experience accumulation. Hopefully, it will provide some inspiration and help to everyone. Technology is certainly important, but your aesthetic sense and other factors are even more important. You can now obtain this asset pack from my Patreon for artistic creation. If you'd like to learn more practical Maxon C4D knowledge, please remember to subscribe to my membership. Thank you.